It's late summer and mosquitoes are out in force. This year has seen a higher than average mosquito population, which has caused increased concern about disease spread by the insects. While there have been relatively few cases of EEE and West Nile virus this year, the Attleboro Health Department is taking precautions to prevent possible outbreaks. We spoke with Health Director Jim Moony about containing mosquito populations and what citizens can do to help protect themselves.
My name is Jim Moony. I'm the Health Agent Director of the City of Attleboro. I've been asked to talk to you today about what's going on with EEE and West Nile. They occur regularly, certainly West Nile does, more so than EEE. However, this year has been unusual in that the amount of mosquitoes and the emergence of EEE and West Nile are earlier than past years, which raises some concern in that the mosquitoes will continue to spread, the disease will spread, and of course it's a threat to public health. West Nile has been around for about 12 years. EEE's been around a lot longer. West Nile is not as lethal as EEE. Elderly people and the very young can get it. It's more like a flu. A lot of people don't even know, I'm even symptomatic, don't even know that they have it. Occasionally, though, there are deaths from West Nile. Usually those people that die have some other issues, health issues. Now, EEE, on the other hand, that's a very nasty disease. 50% of the people that get it generally do succumb and die. And 80% of the people that survive generally have some neurological problems, some severe, some paralysis. Generally, they're not the same as they were before they got the disease. It's a very quick disease. It can cause encephalitis. That's why they call it equine encephalitis, eastern equine. Encephalitis is swelling of the brain. So the mosquito bites the human and eventually it gets to the brain, in which case it causes swelling. That generally causes a coma after a week or two. And if it doesn't ease up, then it will cause death. There's no cure for it. There is no vaccine for encephalitis, so it's a very serious illness. People should take many precautions while they're outside, especially now that we know in the last week or two the amounts of mosquitoes, especially the amounts of encephalitis, EEE, have tripled. It's such a concern that the Department of Public Health and with the local boards of health in this area, Bristol County being one of the highest, Bristol and Plymouth County, the highest counties in the state that typically have these two diseases. Concerns have been raised so much that we're going to do some aerial spraying. So it is a repeat thing because we did it a couple of weeks ago. Since the incidence of mosquitoes have risen both in Easton and in Bridgewater, Easton being the hot spot, they are planning spraying, I believe, Monday evening, depending on weather conditions. That's flexible because it's all tied into weather. It can't be raining, can't be windy. The disease starts in swamps, cedar swamps, hardwood swamps. We don't have any in Attleboro. Fortunately for everybody in Attleboro, we haven't had any mosquitoes have either West Nile or EEE. We're on the lookout for it. We have traps set in Attleboro, as we do in the surrounding towns around. Both Bristol County Mosquito Control and the state of Massachusetts are doing an awful lot of trapping, more than they've ever done. This thing's in a cycle. It's like a 3 to 5 year cycle. Right now we're in the high cycle. It's the second year. We'll have it another year or so, and then hopefully it'll drop back down again. We are advising people to take precautions, the standard precautions, use DEET, insecticide, wear covered clothing, try to stay out of being out after dusk and before dawn. But right now we're not going to curtail outdoor activities. Some of the little leagues and some of the football leagues, they're cutting back on their hours not to go any further than dusk. Now there's continual spraying going on right now, as there is 2 or 3 times a week anyway. And this is the ground spraying. These are the trucks that go around from Bristol County Mosquito Control. And they do a good job, a great job for the city of Attleboro in controlling mosquitoes. People that if they know, they can call Bristol County to find out when they're going to spray. They can ask for spraying in their location. They can ask not to be sprayed. The pesticide they use is extremely limited in use and toxicity. This stuff is fairly harmless to humans, but it is pretty effective with mosquitoes. DET is still the product of choice. You got to be careful with it. You don't want to use it with a child under the age of 3. You don't want to get it on children's hands because they'll put their hands in their mouth. For vegetables outside, gardens, just wash them. The pesticides the toxicity is gone fairly quick. So within hours, it drops down to practically nothing. Public Health has looked at and decided that it's the most effective and safest use of pesticide to eradicate mosquitoes.